Hi, good morning. Let's see, it's been about 7 years now since God called me and my family to move out here to our beloved Dominican Republic. And one of the great joys for us has been to be put in the place of new language learners, second language learners, and culture learners and life learners. And there have been so many lessons along the way. But one of my favorite, hard but favorite memories that I will always think back on and has really crafted the way I approach and engage my students who are learning English happened early on in my time here in the Dominican. I had met a friend, finally, somebody else who had a daughter the same age as me at the school, and she invited me to come to a book club of moms. We were reading a novel, a book that had to do with how to raise your kids in today's world, something like that. And so I was thrilled. I was so excited to have maybe an in this new place. So I read my chapter with my dictionary, Spanish dictionary, open the night before and went to my book club. And I remember going and feeling so nervous. I didn't know what to wear. When did people arrive? Early, late, right on time? What do I do about the coffee and treats that are out? Do I take it right away? How much? How many? Where do I sit? Do we share a lot? Do we share a little? The entire setting felt foreign and uncomfortable, and all I wanted was to fit in a little bit and make a connection. Well, the book club started, and one of the things I love about Dominican culture is they love to talk. And they talk fast, and they talk loud. And culturally, they don't have to wait for one person to finish what they're saying before you start what you want to say. If they're saying something that reminds you of something that you have a thought on, you just jump in over the top a little bit louder, and then that might prompt somebody else to speak over you just a little bit louder, and on and on and on and on. Well, I remember sitting in this book club with these women who were passionate about the topic, raising kids, feeling like I was in attendance at a tennis match, watching the conversation bounce back and forth and back and forth, struggling to pull out words that I knew to have some idea of what we were talking about, trying to think if there was anything I could say, but being terrified to open my mouth. And I left that book club feeling so discouraged, feeling like I didn't say a word. And I know what people think about people who come to book clubs and don't say anything. They're like a lump on the log, and everybody wonders what's going on with them. I had an expectation I would be a participant, but all I could be was an observer. I didn't have the skill or the speed and fluency to participate. And it went on like that for weeks and weeks, and I'd come home feeling a little discouraged and totally unknown, and wondering when I would get to share just a little. So finally, one week I decided I am going to prepare my statement. So I read my chapter, I picked that one section I wanted to talk about, and wrote out word for word what I was going to say. Google translated all the way so that hopefully I said something that made sense, and then I memorized it. And then I brought it with me. And I went to book club, palms damp and sweaty, nervous, pit in my stomach with my paper, but just hoping I could say my statement. And so I watched, and as we turned the pages and got close to that paragraph that I had my comment for, I cleared my throat, opened my mouth, and something strange happened. The entire room went silent. Silent! The American has spoken. She speaks. She has a thought. I think that's what they were thinking. She's a person, oh my gosh. But they let me share. They gave me space to say my whole statement. Nobody talked over me. There were affirming nods and smiles, and somebody commented on what I said. And it changed it for me. I knew I could have space to say something at my level. And it gave me the courage to try again and again and again. and to be a little bit known and to participate. And this has changed me as an educator because I know that my students who are learning English for the first time, they want to be a participant. They're put together that way. They want to participate. They're driven to contribute to the class. They want to understand, and they want to be known. So all of the motivation is there. It's intrinsic. All I have to do is create the most safe environment for them to be able to do so, where they have the time to speak at their tempo or with their 1 or 2 words or their sentence, where they have an idea of the flow of the day, where they're free to be silent until they're ready to speak, and where I celebrate and affirm every effort and every step along the way. I'm so grateful for this time. It never ends. I have a MRI appointment tomorrow. I don't know about MRIs. I've never talked about MRIs in Spanish. I'll be there again. And I hope I never lose that perspective of what it's like to be the one who wants to participate but doesn't know the language.